So whereas for most people that would be sad, I was very happy to have a name for
Yeah.
this thing that was plaguing me. And I proceeded to now just read up on it. I joined a welfare association for it. I became what I call an epilepsy warrior, you know, have been on broadcast media about it. Through the welfare association, I was connected to the vice president of the, so on a global level, we have what is called the International Bureau of Epilepsy. And that was founded by professionals and just like-minded individuals
Yeah.
who wanted to make a case for epilepsy. And that was in the 60s. So it's still alive today.
Is this a worldwide association?
It is. Okay. It's a global organization, and there are 27 chapters in Africa.
Okay.
So I was put in touch with the vice president of Africa region, who is a Malawian, and through him I got exposure to all sorts of platforms. And then it was last year, yes. I got to know about a community council position under the International Bureau of Epilepsy.
Okay.
Which now, we needed to apply for.
Yeah.
And I'm very pleased to say that I was selected to represent Kenya.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So we've had a couple of meetings.
Yeah.
We're 40 individuals from all over the world. So you can imagine time zone differences.
Yeah.
By the time you get a meeting together.
Yeah.
So yes, we're at the start of strategic conversations.
Okay.
And we are open to see what the new year will bring. Yeah.
Wow. Sharon, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You are here to talk about this.
Yeah. I am too, Ekene.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can imagine if any of your incidents happened while you were driving, for example.
Yes. 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 God is really faithful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was on a project in 2017 that took me to Abidjan, Ivory Coast, and I had one there. So again, seated at my computer one moment, wake up again in the clinic. So yeah, there've been low moments for sure. But I'm thankful that now I'm, what we say in epilepsy speak or in medical speak is when you're on medication and your symptoms are managed, then we say you're controlled.
Okay. Okay.
So that's what I am now. I have what we call auras every so often, and an aura is where you sense a seizure coming.
Ooh, okay.
But now they're very, very, very mild. And so I will literally like heavy breathing
to control it.
If I was speaking, then I'll stop for a bit. But it literally passes. It's just a few seconds long. Okay. And many people I know who live with it say even on medication, that'll still happen every so often.
Yeah.
So it's a very small price to pay for healthy living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me.
Yeah.
How prevalent is epilepsy?
Yeah, and that's a good question. So it's a very it's been a very little known disease.
Mm.
Yeah, or condition, actually. Let me not use the word disease. And especially in our continent, we have all these superstitions. You're either demon possessed
Yeah.
or there's witchcraft. All sorts of things are labeled at you. There's a whole lot of stigma.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the condition that has the most stigma. But we have, under the International Bureau of Epilepsy, at the moment, we have the Intersectoral Global Action Plan, IGAP, that was signed last year. It's a 10-year plan, yeah, which WHO ratified. And it's really one of their main goals is to give visibility to epilepsy and other neurological disorders.
Yeah.
So 4 countries were selected as, they're being called the trendsetters.
Okay.
So Kenya, Ghana, South Africa, and one more. And so at the regional level, there's activity in those countries.
Yeah.
It's still baby steps. But there's work going, there's conversations happening, there's intent to develop a website, for the continent.
Yeah.
So there's good things happening, but you can imagine, and that's our biggest challenge, and I'm sure you'll agree, we are over 50 nations.
Yeah.
That would be such a force to reckon with if we just spoke in one voice.
Yeah. Okay.
But no.
Well,
so that's one of the challenges, even down to a health level, where you would imagine conversations unite for the betterment of citizens. Even that is presenting a challenge. But we have a formidable team on the ground. In Kenya, for example, we have our second lady.
Yeah.
The Pastor Rigathie's wife, Dorcas.
Yeah.
Sorry, she's Pastor Dorcas, Rigathie's wife. And she's been invited to champion the epilepsy cause in Kenya.
Okay.
So that's an exciting thing for us. And early next year, there should be all sorts of, visibility with her face and the epilepsy message, next to it. And really just to break down, Ekene, what I mean when I'm talking about this epilepsy, I feel like it's just a big word that at its core explains or describes several unexplained seizures. So as long as you've had more than 2, then we say you're living with epilepsy.
Okay. Yeah.
So to answer your question, it's it hasn't had a lot of global focus so far. It's still a very little known condition, but I feel like that is changing with the intentionality at the global level. Through that intersectoral global action plan, which is being piloted in the 4 countries.
Wow, that's well. I